Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Oh, my voice is a bit weird. Alright, so before we get started, I want you guys to make sure that my microphone is okay, because I've been messing around my settings. Do I sound alright? Should I be a little bit louder, a little bit quieter? I can always adjust if necessary. So, just quick little check, you know. As I've been messing around my settings, I've been doing some recording and some other stuff, side stuff. Sounds good. Alright, fantastic. That's great. So guys, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. For some of you guys, this is probably your first time here. For others, you've been here before. So today, guys, we're going to be covering exactly what happened on the live stream between Chris Hansen and Regina. For anybody who doesn't know, this is one of the many interviews that Chris has now done on his channel, and one of, I believe, 4 or 5 that have entailed Onision and Kai. And today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm not going to go through each clip and kind of make it a really, really long and drawn out thing. Instead, I'm actually just going to speak about what happened and get your perspectives. You know, to not really take away from their content and their video, the video that they did. If you guys actually want to watch the live stream, you should go watch it. I put a link down in my description. if you guys want to watch it on Chris Hansen's channel. I don't want to necessarily take viewers away from him, so if you guys would like to go watch it, you're very welcome to do so. But I will give you guys the 411 today, and I will explain all of the things that are really considered to be highlights. That's very nice to do that, dude. Yeah, well, I'm trying to be a nicer guy. It ain't fucking easy. But obviously, being a YouTuber anyway and doing YouTube videos, I feel like a lot of people copy each other's content and reuse people's shit. And I'm trying to kind of avoid that today if I can do that. So yeah, we have a couple of minutes before we really jump into this, just to say hello to everybody who's here. Thanks for obviously jumping in. I really do appreciate it. Coming from a deaf person. Oh, okay, cool. Are you deaf? I'm confused. I'll make sure you can see my lips. My apologies. So way to go on those 6. Yeah, I know we're doing really well, Jenna. I've been getting quite a lot of subscribers every day, and it's really, really nice to see. I'm glad you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. And I took yesterday off, guys. I was working on some other stuff. I think it's probably a good thing. I don't need to really overdo it on YouTube. I feel like if I live stream here and there and do really good streams, then that's probably better. Quality over quantity. You know what I mean? I have no idea what mountain that is, but it looks fucking cool, doesn't it? But yeah, we're moving up, guys. We're doing some good shit. Anyway, yeah, Ryan, nice to have you here, man. All right, guys, so let's really jump into this. So, Regina is another of Onision's alleged victims, and Regina has been pretty vocal about how everything has kind of transpired between her and Onision, and Kai, predominantly Kai as well, actually. And I feel like realistically, this was the first. I mean, maybe not, but this interview felt like it was targeted a lot more towards Kai, which I'm not really against. I feel like a lot has been pointed in the direction of Onision, and I understand why, and I understand that a lot of people want Onision to get, what's coming to him. Because he's very unapologetic and he's dismissive and he trolls and stuff like that, and he doesn't really show any signs of growing as a person or improving from his previous behavior. So people have obviously a lot of reasons to be very angry against him and to continue to be angry against him. Whilst Kai has been very, very quiet, as you guys are probably all aware. Kai doesn't really speak about a lot of the things. The one time that Kai really did open up about all of this was the podcast that I reviewed on my channel that happened more recently, where Kai kind of spoke about how they were feeling about all of the drama and all the negativity and all of the hate, all of that stuff. Kai is a cool guy though, right? Is Kai allowed to speak? That's actually a really good question, Jack. I don't know if any of us can really answer that, can we? We don't know if Kai's even allowed to really speak on the subject. That's just that's just a little bit of an assumption, but I would like to believe that they're able to, but maybe not. Loose lips sink ships, right? Anyone else having buffering issues? Just lower my lower me down to 480 if you're having buffering issues. That should fix things. Just make sure you don't have me on a HD or anything like that. I don't know how many options you guys have for this live stream, but you should be able to have HD on my live stream. I've noticed a lot. There are quite a lot of live streamers who don't live stream in HD. I just find that quite interesting. Or at least have the options to watch in HD. And 720 is pretty adequate, I would say. So I see there's a lot of comments in regards to this and guys crying, yada yada yada. I have it at 720 and don't have any buffering issues. Cool. So yeah, I think I've got 4K. All right, Galileo, look at you flexing. Maybe you're right. So anyway, let's really jump into this. So the first major point that I felt like was relevant to really kind of speak on today is I wasn't actually aware of when Regina met Kai and Onision, or like first was like introduced to them and started to talk to Kai. 12. 12 is apparently the age. 12 years old. Did it? Wow. Wow. 12. And I mean, obviously there are a lot of like young kids on YouTube, and a lot of them are going to invest themselves into different YouTubers. For all I know, maybe I'll have like young kids watching my streams in the future. I will have you know, guys, that I have marked on my videos that my streams and my videos are not. Then you know, because there's this new rule on YouTube where you're supposed to mark your videos if they are okay for children or not, and I've marked that they're not okay for children on a lot of my videos, even though my videos aren't necessarily like awful or like really like or anything like that. Like, it's a lot of like adult themes, and I talk about adult themes, and I don't really feel like children or like teenagers should really have to like, you know what I mean? I feel like if you're 12, you should really be watching like gaming streamers and people your own age or a similar age to you, like, you know, teenagers. I don't think you should be watching me talking about this kind of stuff. It's just, you know, it's not good. So yeah, apparently, like, that's, so 12 or 13. Well, it's 12 is what I heard, but 13 perhaps. Very, very young, very, very young. And I remember Sarah being 14, from what I recall from her interview, and that's really scary, isn't it? That's really scary from my perspective. And they talked regularly, you know, from that point onwards, and they chatted back and forth, and a lot of it was, you know, not necessarily crazy or out of the ordinary until something happened. And obviously this is all from the interview, if you guys recall, that one time Regina went on Skype with Kai, and Kai was shirtless. And now, obviously, if Regina was of age and was an adult, that wouldn't have been an issue, right? Well, maybe it would have been if the feelings weren't reciprocated, right? But like, it being a... Exactly, that's what it seems like, Araceli. For anybody who's watching this back, Araceli says Kai was testing the waters, and that seems to be it. Like, just seeing if they feel alright with that. And Regina just thought it was normal. It's like what friends did, because you don't. Let's be honest. As a teenager, as a child, and even up until your early 20s, you're not gonna have a great grip on everything. And I know there's a lot of, like, when I was a teenager especially, I thought I was super fucking smart, and I realized what I may have had in intelligence, I was lacking in other. There are so many forms of intelligence, right? And I was lacking in quite a few, and I still am, unfortunately. But like, you know, you don't really think much more than that, do you? You don't really, like, you just go along with things. Yeah, self-awareness, right? Yeah, and yeah, it's weird. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, don't worry about it, Trash Human. It's good to have you here. Don't worry. Why is no one prosecuting? We're gonna get to that, Lemmy. Not Nick. Sorry, too many messages. We're gonna get to that, Nick. Don't worry. I have some stuff that you guys are gonna want to hear about that. But yeah, you know, Regina thought that it's what friends did, which is, you know, fair enough. So the three of them had a sexually suggestive group chat where the three shared, where basically they just like had sexual conversations and stuff like that. And I don't know, like, like, as adults, I think that would be pretty weird. But with teenagers, with young people, with kids, like, what are these people doing? And obviously, like, all of this stuff is, as far as I'm aware, unless they actually have proof of this, it's obviously alleged, but it's just, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, why would you be hanging out with Why would you be having sexual conversations with 14, 15, 16-year-olds? Just, I don't know, man. Like, especially when you're like Onision's like 10 years older than them, right? Like more than 10 years older than them. And Kai is, you know, pretty much an adult. Yeah, it is Kai. It is Kai's like early 20s at that point, right? Like late teens, early 20s. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Me too, PCW. Me too. Yeah, it was 99% Kai. Yeah, I need to stop referencing Onision. I'm just so used to like digging in on Onision. And it's like it's so different, isn't it? This is Kai now, right? This is Kai. And you know it's and as things like the idea, guys. This is what kind of happened is well, this is what Regina stated is that over the course of the next number of years, things got more and more sexual, and as Regina began to become an adult, i.e. 16, 17 and 18, the content the content of their conversations became a lot more sexual. And this is something that was stated in the interview, that Kai was asking Regina for pictures, for nudes and lewds, more predominantly, and also sending them to Regina. And this is where things actually go into felony territory. This is where things become actually dangerous for Kai. And I think this is what a lot of you guys have been stating about. I've heard you guys talking in the chat about the allegations against Kai, but I didn't really know exactly know what was, what you guys were talking about. And obviously Regina was the one who knew all about that. Desensitized, right. Reminds me how Ian Brady would use Mira Hindley to lure children because women are not usually considered a threat. Yeah, you'd be surprised, Roro. I mean, you would be surprised. You seem to be pretty on the money. But I'd say some of you guys probably be surprised that women are usually, they are. They can be predators. They can be. I think that's important. Yeah, it's important to know. What about the new information that Kai has an eating disorder? It almost made me sympathise with him because same, but fuck Kai. Well, I have an eating disorder too. It's not nice, but that doesn't take away from what you've done. Like, I genuinely feel like I don't really know what to suggest to Kai. It's a very difficult situation, and it's hard to give good advice to people, and I don't like giving people proper advice because I'm worried that it won't work out and that I'll look stupid and they'll look stupid and it'll just be a fool. It'll just be a waste of time. Anyway, let's read some more of these. Let's see what we guys have got. Women are seen less of a threat, which makes them easier to be predators. Exactly, Daft Cammy, yeah. And also, women are less likely to be prosecuted, and if they are prosecuted, are more likely to get less time on their sentences. Pardon me. There have been a lot of female teachers, for example, who've had suspended sentences rather than actually going to prison for sleeping with an underage student. It happens, and that really doesn't happen when men do it. And I'm not saying that that's men should have it easier. No, I'm saying that women should have it worse. That it should be the same level, because the crime doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It is a bad crime. Yeah, you can still get female pedos, and most of the times that we think about female pedos, it's school teachers. And it's surprising, guys, that there are so many school teachers who are just people who work in schools and that are pedos. It's like they literally these people have known their entire life, or most of their life, that they are attracted to children, and they legitimately go to university, they go to college, they get degrees, and they actually work and strive to get into a field where they can be close to kids. Could you imagine being that fucking, like, sinister? That is scary, man. Like, your life, you've put your life and your education into your sexual... I don't know, man. It's very scary. Like, I don't want to overthink it too much. Yeah, there's not many teachers like that, but there are lots of stories of teachers who have done that, and lots of teachers have gone to jail. Do lots make a huge percentage? No, it's probably like 0.1, 0.1. Like, you know, it's a very small percentage, but, you know, it's a thing, innit? Anyway, yeah, I don't want to rant on about that, but I don't know if that's true. Midnight. I wouldn't like to think that Onision is playing any part in her mental, like, her physical health issues. Not even mental. Well, it is. I'm aware of that. It's physical and mental. My apologies. You know what I mean? So, like, there's a lot to that. I wouldn't like to think that he's involved in that, but who knows, guys? I see a lot of comments, and I really want to get back to this. I'll read some more of the comments in a little bit. So another thing that was really said is that, and this is what really plays Onision in, is that apparently Onision was indirectly encouraging Regina to hook up with Kai. And I find that kind of weird. Like, is Onision, like, into, like, being cuckolded? Like, is he into being cucked by somebody else? I don't know. And, like, even more so than that, obviously, and this goes without saying, with a minor. I don't know if, like, Regina was still underage at this point, but I probably assume such. But it's like, it's kind of cucky, isn't it? It's kind of cucky. The roast was a clap, thank you. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know a lot of people who enjoy being cucked, unless you're, like, one of those people who likes being stepped on and shit. I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. Manipulation seems to be his thing. Do you think Billy will go on? Perhaps, but, like, I feel like at this point, things have gone far enough that I think... Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that, actually. We'll get to that. Isabel, good question. And, you know, I don't know. Like, that's... A part of me does feel bad for Kai in regards to the eating disorder, but you can't really take that away from, like, what has transpired, you know? Simple as that. Yeah, I bet. Right, Nick, right. So, this is one thing that I thought was a huge, like, these are some huge allegations, and these are things that are very, very, this could be jail time. One of the first things is that they were selling nudes, or that Regina thought that Kai and Onision were selling Regina's nudes, and I think that is fucking appalling. Like, that is, if that was to be true, that's as bad as, like, revenge porn, and not a fan of that. Yeah, it's all allegedly, and the thing is, I hate that things are, like, always alleged in that regard, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, what can we expect? Like, what can we expect from these victims? We shouldn't have to, like, you know what I mean? Like, they shouldn't have... Just because you don't have proof doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to come out as a victim, you know? Like, that, I think that's so important. So I feel quite conflicted about that, you know? I don't really know what to say. Do you think Onision is just trying to use Kai as a meat shield, so he can blame all of these pedo accusations on them, because it's funny that Greg keeps defending Kai until the Hansen stream's released? See, I don't really know. I don't really know exactly, like, what they are thinking or feeling. Yeah, maybe perhaps, but if I'm going to be honest with you, I think Kai is just staying away from everything because Kai believes that is the right way to deal with this situation, and Onision is more of the opposite. And Onision's more of the, you know, I'm gonna fucking troll people and I'm gonna respond to people and call people psychopaths and shit. Like that's what I think. I don't think there's any like super in-depth theory to exactly what they're doing right now. But what I will say is I'm sure that eventually we will find out exactly, you know, if it's true or not, right? That is it. I guess we'll figure it. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, uh, interesting stuff. So here is one really, really big thing, and this is where I think things are going to change. You guys have been asking me this stream, you know, is there anything that's going to actually, is anything going to change? Is anything going to change? Is this anything going to move forward from all of this? And Regina literally stated in the interview that she is willing, sorry, not she, my apologies, they are willing to go to the authorities with whatever evidence they can against Onision and Kai. And that is really, really big. It's a really, really big thing. And yeah, I think Hansen, yeah, and Hansen, yeah, that's true. That's true. Thank you for reminding me. And Chris Hansen also confirmed that he and his team had proof, and a couple of the moderators were saying that too. Actually, the moderators were saying that they had proof, which is wow. That is it is wow. Like, I don't think any of us really believed that anything was ever going to happen. You know, like, the fact of the matter is, I just want it to be investigated. Like, that's really it. If it comes up with nothing, then it comes up with nothing. But I think this needs to be investigated, and I think this needs to, it needs to be looked into. I think it's very, very important. There have been, you know, a good amount, a good number of victims. Alleged victims. This needs to be followed up on. I don't know if it's proof on both. I assume, Jack, that it would be assumed on Kai. It would be proof on Kai even, because I think Kai is the one, from what I've really gathered in that interview and previous interviews, who seems to have really have done wrong. But apparently you can face up to 10 years per image of like child pornography. That is huge. That is that is absolutely huge, and that means that there could be some serious time. Is it per frame as well? I really hope I don't have any videos. That would be awful. Perhaps Gallifrey. Perhaps. Maybe you're right. I'm not too sure. So yeah, 25. I don't know. Like that. Even 10 years sounds like a lot. Yeah, Cassidy. I wouldn't be surprised. But could you imagine if the next like 5 years, instead of it being what it is right now, like, you know, all of this, like, interview stuff, all of this, like, people coming out as victims, it ends up, the next couple of years, ends up being, like, you know, like, back when Michael Jackson had all of the allegations against him, and he was in court, and he was coming in and out of court all the time, and there was, like, news cameras outside the courthouse, and there were, like, crowds and shit like that. Like, do you think that that the next couple of years might end up being like that? Like, huge, like, you know what I mean, these are huge court cases and stuff like that, and I don't know, guys, that could be really, really crazy. That could be, I was curious what you guys think. I'm curious what you guys think. I mean, that's why I do live streams. Like, I could literally just make a video, and like a 10-15 minute video, and just talk about everything, but like, doing live streams gets you guys involved, and I think that's really, really valuable, right? And I'm pretty good at, like, you know, dealing with chats and stuff like that. So it kind of makes sense. Yeah, so I don't know. It just... Yeah, sorry, Cami. Sorry I didn't respond to you back when you first posted that question, but I felt like it was irrelevant to what I was speaking about currently. But now that I've kind of got to this point, I will respond. Darth Cami states... Loki, didn't you once interview Onision's patron Beck? she was mentioned in Sarah's interview. Yeah, and actually Beck was one of my friends for quite a while, and she was a supporter of mine back in like 2017 or something. And I don't really speak to her anymore, but yeah, I was aware that she like literally like went to Onision and Kai's house, and yeah, it was. I forget all of the things that she mentioned, but from my understanding, she said that it wasn't a great experience. Yeah, and yeah. Apparently, Onision told her that she couldn't smoke weed. Apparently, he's like really. Her name's like Gingerbeck, brunette. Don't know if you guys know who I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't really speak to her anymore. But yeah, yeah, exactly, Mama Michelle. Yeah, and the thing is, I've been live streaming for quite a few years now, and a lot of it's very very hazy. um, but yeah, I don't really remember doing an interview. I don't really remember doing an interview with her, but I can't really remember much about it actually. Yeah. I do have his vanity. Surprisingly, it's a bit of a coincidence, isn't it? Bit of a coincidence. How old is Regina now? I'm not too sure. Oh yeah. Okay. Maybe. Beck was yeah. Maybe I did have actually Beck on a show. I don't really remember. I've literally done so much these last 4 or 5 years, and I've been so like through so much of a change. Like I felt like I've actually like gone from being a child to a man through my live streaming career. Literally. Um, and I don't really remember a lot of the old stuff. So, um, I think Regina is 22. That's cool. Um, but like that, you've blocked it out for self-preservation. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like there's a lot of shit I really had to fucking block out from that then. Yikes. Um, but anyway. So I don't know. I don't know if there was really much else to the interview than that. There was a lot of other things that was said. I really wanted to make sure I kind of hit all of the major points with this live stream today. I think that literally, like, genuinely has more value anyway. We've only actually been on for 30 minutes, which is really, really good. Um, you can tell you're a seasoned live streamer. Thank you very much. I'll tell you, Heather, I've gone through like so much to get to this point as a live streamer. And when I first started, I was anti-PC, I was toxic, I was nasty, like I was a bully, and yeah, I went through a huge transition from like 18, 19, all the way now to being 24. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm 24. And it's been a huge fucking shift. And it's been interesting. And for those people who've known me that long, you know what I mean? Some people here actually have known me for 2, 3 years. I love your honesty. Oh man. Oh man, honestly. Like I'm literally like Shane Dawson. Like that's why I kinda look at myself a little bit. Like really edgy, anti-PC pass, messy as fuck. Now we're trying to become better people. We're trying to grow up and become men. We're settling down. We're having families. All that shit. You know what I mean? Like that's literally like that's literally it. Same to be honest, right? Wait. How many people we got here? Well, fucking shit. I literally have not looked at my concurrent viewers this entire stream because I feel like it's really important that I don't look at it because I feel like it makes me like self-conscious. I want you guys to be aware that when I have a lot of people watching me, it does make me fucking nervous because I'm like, holy shit, there's a lot of people looking at me right now. Do I look okay? You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, guys? Like, oh, do I look okay, everyone? But yeah. Go on, you. I can see your maturity about these topics, people. You're better than Shane? Oh, no. Shane's had a lot more time to really, like, develop himself and grow, man. So I'm just hoping that in the next, like, 4 or 5 years, I could really, like, come into my fucking prime and be a really big commentator on here. That is my big goal. But we'll see how things go, guys. That's really it. Like, yeah. Makeup collection when? I don't know, man. I don't really know if I'm ever gonna really vibe with that kind of shit. But could you fucking imagine? Maybe a shampoo. Maybe a shampoo or like a conditioner or some shit, right, guys? But anyway, I've been on for 35 minutes. It's been good. I don't really want this stream to be too long, and I don't really know if I have much more to speak about. So I think I'm gonna finish it up here, and I'm gonna come back for a Loki stream where I can just talk to you guys. All right. So I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. I'll be streaming again in about 5 minutes. If any of you guys want to hang out and if you want to continue to talk about Onision and Kai and this whole thing, we can continue to talk about it on another stream. Okay, but I'm not going to be on for fucking 2 hours again, I tell you that. I might be on for like a little bit. Fucking Kirsty, thank you very much. Thank you. Guys, yeah, show some love to Kirsty in the chat. Thank you for donating $5. I appreciate it. Have you seen what Medium's Rare's video about the old forums? I haven't watched the whole thing. I skipped forward to like the part that he told me to skip forward to, unless I wanted to get like the pre. I skipped forward quite a bit, but I watched like the actual things that were on the forums, and it made me feel very nervous. Medium Rare, like, you know, I've known about him for a while actually. I knew about him back when he had like 1,000 subs. You know, it's interesting stuff. It's interesting stuff, and it's a good video. Good video. But anyway, guys, I am gonna jump off, and I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Make sure you click a like if you wouldn't mind. And I'll see you guys in a minute. Bye, everybody. Peace out.